opening up this side column. I don't know why, but if you want to get it out of the way, there's this little arrow up here. Just click on that and it'll get rid of it. I'm not sure. Maybe some of you don't see it, but I've been starting to see that now. I'm not really sure why. Does it do that for you, Ms. Donovan?
I hadn't noticed that before, but I think that made the text a lot smaller. So I just clicked it now, and I'll keep an eye on it. I didn't notice it before though. Mercedes,
Oh, okay.
Mercedes, do you have a quick question, Mercedes?
Yeah, I still can't get on to 3DU, so I don't know if I'll be able to join this lesson today.
Okay. Do you recall what it's saying when you try and open the program?
I'm not actually sure what it says. Well, what does it say when you try and enter 3DU?
Yeah. How about I'm going to be having this class tomorrow. Are you able to join tomorrow by any chance? And
maybe.
And if not, I'm recording this right now, so I can just send you the recording and you can watch it and you won't miss out on anything. But
Okay.
we probably should get that figured out before we do the lessons. So why don't you go ahead and you can work on some of your other studies and hopefully join us tomorrow at 1:30, okay?
Okay.
All right. We'll be in touch, Mercedes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess, should I leave?
Yeah, you can go. You can go if you want. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Adios.
Bye-bye. So she's having problems logging in, huh?
It sounded like she tried, well, what she had said before, and I forgot to get back to her about it, it was when she clicks the icon, it won't let her open it, but I don't know exactly what the message is that's coming up. So I'm going to be in touch with her after class today, and we'll try. And I have some directions that you actually helped me with that we can look at. I think she's on a Mac, so.
Oh, she's on a Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say if you can't resolve it, go ahead and refer that to Gordon, because he's our Mac person. I'm not a Mac technical person, so
Okay.
Refer that to him. Usually, all he asks is their email address and their name, and then he'll email them and say, "Hi, contact me."
Perfect.
Because I just don't know Macs.
Yeah, they're a little bit different.
I probably never will. But okay, well, all of you who are here, if you don't have me in your contacts, why don't you go ahead and just click on my avatar here.
Great idea.
And choose Add to Contacts, so I'm in your contacts, and then you can join me at the building school where I'm going to take everybody. So go ahead and right-click on my avatar and click on Add to Contacts, and I'll give you a few seconds there to do it. Then I'm going to disappear and teleport over to the main building school.
Yeah, I'll invite you, Courtney.
Oh, okay, yeah. Once you join me, you'll be out of the chair anyway.
That's
so
right.
That's no problem. Let me go ahead and go to the building school here. Let me just find my teleport here. Building school. Okay, here I go. Okay, you guys can join me if you want.
And if you wanted to find the building school on your own, you can always open up that right side web box, and it would be in the list of things in HC Spanish Worlds, or you could even save a teleport to there today.
There's actually this is the main building school that I've got in Medieval World. I know you've got a building school in Spanish, but here I like to bring people here because there's that way they can save a teleport to it, because there's a lot more detail in building and stuff here than the one that's in Spanish World.
No, it's good to know.
Yeah, I've got a lot of examples out here in the grass area that show you how to use the most common commands that we use. But I'm not even worried about commands today. We're just going to worry about learning how to build. So how's everybody doing? I've got a couple people join me. Let's see. Courtney, do you need an invitation? I'll invite you, okay? There you go. Now you can join me.
So it looks like, Peyton, are you in 3DU right now? Or are you in
he just
3DU?
joined
Okay.
me. Yep, Peyton joined me.
Your contact's showing a yellow check mark. Oh, there, now it's green.
Yeah,
And,
it takes a while sometimes for that to update.
Yeah, so there's just going to be the 4 students and myself.
Okay. Courtney just joined me. And let's see. Maddie, you still have to join me, right? Should I invite you, Maddie? Let's see. Oh, Madison. Okay, Maddie. Okay, I figured it out now. Okay. I'll tell you what. I will invite you, Maddie. Look for the invite from me. There it is.
There
All
she
right.
is.
All right, here we are. I'm glad you guys got your avatars all set up. I'm assuming you guys are all new first year in 3DU. Maybe not, but first year in Spanish, I guess I should have said. Let's walk inside here because I'm going to teach you guys actually how to build and not really worry about, oh, we got a mess out here. We had some people in here practicing. Let me clean this up real quick here for everybody. Got some practice objects that people put in here. Okay. Got some more here to get rid of. Oops. Okay. Oh, more than one there. Let me get that one here. But if you look at the, I've got my red laser, so look at my red laser if you're looking at us here in 3DU. There's this here, it's learn to build in 5 steps, and I've made it as simple as possible. I just took a screenshot, and you start with step 1. You read what it says, and I'm gonna say out loud what this stuff says on the pictures here. But step 2, 3, 4, and 5, and basically what it's going to teach you is how to duplicate an object, and then move that object around your duplicate, and then how to change it into a different object. And that's 90% of building right there. So real quick, I'll just quickly, in fact, here, I'll tell you what. I will share my screen with you guys, and I'll just show you really quick the sort of the summary version of this. So let me get that going here. Green, active world. Okay, hang on here, guys. I'm going to show you. Now, what you do when you first start building, and it's really very easy. You just use your mouse cursor and you do some right clicking. And I'm going to start out. You have to start out. You got to duplicate a nearby object to get started with your first object. So I'm going to duplicate this water cooler object. So I'm using my right click, and I right clicked on it, and you get this pop-up box whenever you right click an object. And right here where it says model, this is the name of that object right there. This WCool1 is the name of this object. So I'm going to duplicate it. I have to make a copy of it. So I'm going to use this button right here that says duplicate. So I'm going to just click on it once. Oh, now did you see that my copy moved behind the original and the yellow lines are still around it? The yellow lines tell you you've got it selected. So now I'm just going to move it forward and get it out of the way. I'm just clicking this button right here. You see that button? It says move forward. I'm just clicking on it, and it moves it a half a meter every time I click. I'm moving my copy out here. And that's the first step. You have to duplicate something and then move it forward or move it right or left or wherever you are. Here, in this case, there's a wall behind here, so you're going to want to move it forward. And then you can close the box. So I right-click my copy again. I'm going to show you just a few quick things. You can move it back. You see, if you put your mouse over it, it tells you what it's doing. Move back, click it, and it moves back. And there's a move forward. There's a move left. I can move it left. I can move it right. I can also move it up. I can move it down. These 6 buttons move it in straight lines. These 6 buttons move it, or actually rotate it, in the 3 directions. So I can turn it. I can rotate it this way. See how it's turning? And I can rotate it back. Let's say you're messing around with these and you're tilting it and you're just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you say, I don't want it all messed up like that. So at the end of these 6 rotate buttons, there's this reset rotate. And I click on that, and that straightens it all out. Takes out all the rotation that I put in it, and it kind of refreshes it. So these are the straight line directions. These are the rotate directions. And of course, this is your duplicate button. This is the delete button. Let's say you don't want your object. You want to get rid of it. You can click on that and delete. Or let's say you messed up and you moved it the wrong way and you really want to get it back to where it was before you started. Here's an undo button. Let's say I moved it up in the air. Oh, I don't want it up in the air, and I forgot how many clicks. So let's just click the undo button, and there you go. Puts it right back down. So that's the first step in building. Now, of course, you're probably not going to want to build a building out of water cooler objects. So I'm going to show you how to change this into a different object. You notice that we talked about the name of this object. What you do is, all you have to do is change the name of another object. I happen to know of another object. It's called Sign1. So I'm going to just swipe, left click and swipe and highlight the model name. And I'm just going to type in Sign1. And now I'm going to close the box and watch my water cooler. Oh, it changed to an I. Look at that. That's basically it. You just have to know where to find objects. When you find an object that you like, and you can find it in any of our worlds, you just have to swipe and highlight, right click that, and choose copy, and now you've got the name of that object that you want to use. You go back to your lot, you duplicate something, and then you change it, you paste that name into it, and you got your object. Okay, I'm going to quit sharing. I'll let you guys just give it a try. Spend a few minutes, if you haven't already, and duplicate something. Like I said, I have that water cooler object there to duplicate if you want to use that. But just, try and see if you can duplicate an object and then move it around a little bit. Learn to rotate it. It's all going to be practice from now on. You're going to learn. You're going to do what they call muscle memory. You're gonna get your hands and your fingers used to moving it left and right and up and down and rotate without having to really think about it too much, But see, Courtney's made one, and let's see who else has made one.
I also made a sign. I was just copying what you were doing for the recorded video.
Sure. So if you want to give that a try, guys, go ahead. That's the basic. I mean, once you learn to just right-click on an object and press that duplicate button and then move it forward to get it out of there, you got your own object. You've made your first object.
Everybody, try making a sign like we did. You got to right-click on the cooler and duplicate. Yeah.
Good job, Pete. There you go. Kennedy, all right. Not hard. It's just a right click and you click the little duplicate button. Actually, I think, trying to think, I'm pretty sure that there's also a keyboard key that does duplicate too. I think it's, if you've got a key called insert on your keyboard, probably more of the Windows machines have it than a Mac machine. I'm not sure if the Macs have an insert button, but the insert button on Windows machines will also duplicate. But I always kind of just stick to the pop-up box because all of your features and everything you can do with a object is in this box, is in that pop-up box. So
Courtney asks a good.
really, I know it doesn't sound like much, does it? I mean, I finished the lesson already, and that's what building is.
Courtney asks a good question, and Car, she says, what are some other object names, and where do we find these model names?
Oh yeah. Well, we have a place in one of our worlds. It's an area, excuse me, and it's called the Object Yard, and it's just a place where it took me a long time to do this, and I actually don't have every single object that we've got in there, but we've got the majority of all of our objects. And what I did is I made a copy of every one of them, and I just sorted them out.
Hi, Jaden. Sorry, NCAR. Hi, Jaden. I see you joined us. We're just in 3DU. If you have NCAR, can you join him? Or if you have me, can you join him in 3DU? And we're just learning how to build right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, NCAR.
So anyway, if you want to find the object yard, and like I said, if you're in any of our worlds and you see an object that you like, let's say you're visiting Canada World. That's one of our worlds, and you're in a house and you see a lamp and you say, I like that lamp. I want to use that in my build somewhere. You can right-click that object, just right-click on it, and highlight and copy its model name, and you got it. Now, what I'm saying is, you can do that, but we've also got the object yard where I've got pretty much everything all laid out. So the easiest way to get to the object yard is probably if you have your right side web page open, where the web page shows on the right. If you just scroll down a little ways, near the bottom of every one of our world's right side web page, there should be a link that says Building School and Object Yard, also Avatar Yard. I keep the avatar objects in a different area, but so if you can just find where it says Object Yard in the right side web page, you click on that. So any world you're in, you can just go right to the Object Yard right away. So you click on it, and you'll get a little link that'll pop up, and then just click on that link, and then you will teleport to the object yard. And I'm going to do that right now.
Question for you, NCAR. Do you prefer the object yard in medieval worlds or Spanish worlds more?
You mean the building school?
No, the object yard. Or is it the same object yard for everywhere?
No, the object yard is in Earwax world.
Okay, so there's just the
Yeah.
one.
There's only one object.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the building schools that I've got. I've got a small kind of a abbreviated one in Spanish and French worlds. That shows it shows most of what you need to know, but my main building school is in medieval world, where I teach my building class.
Perfect.
I actually teach a class. So anyway, why don't you guys, if you haven't made it over to the object yard yet, you can join me. But I would highly recommend that you make a teleport remember save. Save it and call it the object yard, because you're going to want to come here a lot if you enjoy building. Now, let me tell you, some people find that buildings, so they don't really get interested. But then some people really love building and they really get into it. So it just depends on how you feel about it. But let's see, there's Peyton. There's Mila. Is it Mila?
She's not in our class, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just hanging out here, building in her own lot, and she ran into our class. All right. Maddie and Peyton's here. Is everybody else here?
Jaden's just loading up,
Oh,
and
okay.
it looks like he's going to be joining us
Oh,
now.
Jaden. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Jaden knows how to build. I've been showing Jaden a long time how to build.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So, okay. So, anyway, how do you add stuff? Okay. How do you add objects? This is what you do, Peyton, and everybody else. You notice that when I duplicated the water cooler, I knew the name of the sign 1, and I changed it into sign 1. That's what you do in the object yard. You don't actually take the object itself from the object yard over. All you got to do is right click on it, highlight and copy the name of that object that you see here in the object yard. Then you just teleport back to your lot, duplicate something on your lot, and then paste that new name in. That's how you actually get an object from the object yard to your lot. You don't actually take the object, you just copy its name. And then you just duplicate an object on your lot and change it with that new name. It seems so complicated when you don't know how, and then it sounds so simple when somebody explains it, isn't it? When will you get lots? There are lots still available in HC Spanish World, mostly along the eastern side of the world. There's a street that goes north and south, and it's on the east side of the world. There's a lot of empty lots there, or I shouldn't say empty lots. Every lot has a house object on it because it's a suburb, and everybody has to have a house on their lot. And we don't like to leave the house under your account name where you can do something with the house, because it's so easy to right click that house when you're inside doing objects, and then either delete your house or move it, and then it's all messed up. So I put the houses on each lot, each empty lot, and because it's not an object that you duplicated, you cannot change it. You can't move it. You can't delete it. You can't do anything to it. And that's a safety feature for those houses. So don't ask me to change the house that's under my name to your name, because you're going to run into that problem of you'll inadvertently right click on that house because it takes up so much of the area there, and you might move it or delete it, and then you're out of luck. Then you got to wait for somebody to put something in there for you, or fix it, or that kind of stuff. So how do you get a new shortcut? Because it keeps changing my configure controls. I thought did we talk about that before, Jaden?
You were just telling me earlier that I need to get a new shortcut, and then I got cut off 3DU. And it wasn't letting me get in at that time. Now it's letting me get in. But it's just like, it just keeps downloading.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you hang on here, Jaden? If it's okay, hang on for just a few minutes after class, and I'll show you how to make a new shortcut. Because you've got the wrong, I don't know why, but sometimes that program just makes the wrong shortcut, and I don't know why it does that. But anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. That's building. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for you guys to ask me questions. Oh, by the way, if you look up here, we've got all these red signs. I didn't even explain the signs. All of these red signs up here in the object yard, if you click on them, you will teleport. So what I've done is I put on each sign what I've got in those areas. You know, I've sorted out deciduous. These are non-tropical trees. Tropical trees, got plants, flowers, planes and boats, cars and trucks. Urban exterior, meaning like park stuff and outdoor patio stuff and stairs. Rural exterior means mostly sheds and rakes and lawnmowers, you know, ladders, haystacks, all that kind of stuff in rural exterior. But if you just look at what I've written on these, it tells you what's in the area. And if you click on that, then you'll land in an area that's got those objects sorted in that area. For if you're looking for furniture, furnishings, doors, and curtains, you go there. If you're looking for furniture, if you're looking for stuff for your kitchen or your bathroom and food for the kitchen and appliances, you click on this and go to that area and find what you want. And like I said, when you find an object that you want, all you got to do here in the object yard is right click on it, highlight and copy its name, its model name, and then go back to your lot, duplicate something, and then change that duplicate to that object. And that's how you get your objects over there. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to let you guys ask questions now.
And I see the sign there that says, make sure you change your visibility from float to 30 meters. And that would be really important because of all the objects you're going to see. You want them to load quickly enough. So
yeah,
sure
you don't want to be on float in the object yard because it will take you forever to download because it's going to try to download all the thousands and thousands and thousands of objects that are too far away for you to see anyway. So you're better off setting your visibility to 30, maybe 40 meters when you come in here. And once you set it in this world, it'll stay that way. You don't have to set it every time you come in here. It'll stay that way until you change it.
Do you guys have any questions for NCAR? Does that make sense?
And of course, you've got me in your contacts, so you can right-click my name in contacts and send me a telegram if you've got a problem that you need help with. Now, I can't always just jump to it and get here right away. Many times I'm busy with somebody else, helping somebody else, but I will get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I might even just send you a telegram and explain what to do without even having to join you or do anything. So,
How do you make homes?
How do you make homes? Well, on your lot in Spanish World, you're going to already have a house there that's provided for you because trying to build houses with interior rooms and stairways and that kind of stuff is actually a pretty advanced skill to do. It's not really for people who are trying to start to learn to build. So
I made a house.
I'm sorry?
I made a house once.
You made okay. Well, I'm not saying that, it's not possible, but you would just struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. And it's better off, shortcutting around that. And I placed a house on each lot, and then you can start bringing in furniture. Another thing about moving your objects. You remember you click those buttons and it moves at a half a meter at a time. If you want to move your objects less than a half a meter, because you're going to find that if you just use the normal click, you're not going to be able to line things up right. So if you need to move your object less than that full half meter that you go, you right-click your object and just hold down your shift key. And then when you click that move buttons, it'll only move about 5 centimeters at a time, just a tiny bit. So, that gives you, and that's all directions, right, left, forward, back, up, and down. And also when you rotate stuff. Let's say you're rotating something, trying to turn something to face a different direction, and one of those clicks is too far, then you can hold down your shift key and then click it, and it will go just a tiny bit. Yeah, in this world, if you're stuck, you can hold down shift and then move through whatever you're stuck in. The only worlds where you cannot use shift is in the French, Spanish, and Muscomade worlds. And we do that because we have so many classroom links that are hidden under floors and in walls and that kind of stuff. It's too much of a chance that somebody might go through a wall and see a link and click it and then start maybe a lesson in the wrong place or doing the wrong lesson at the wrong time. So that's why we don't allow shifting in those 3 worlds. But most of our worlds, you can use shift and just go through walls, or if you're stuck, get out that way.
Do you think we could go to the lots in Spanish World and students can claim their home?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Let me, let's see, the best place, trying to think I think I'll just teleport manually over there. Let's see, HC, Spanish, and I want to be on the east side. So let's see, I'm going to go to the southeast side. So I'm going to go south 45 east. Okay, you guys can now start to join me because I'm on the road here, the road that has the most vacant lots. And there's other vacant lots on the other roads too, but I noticed here on this east road there's more. So come on down this way. You're on the south road here. Follow me down this way, the other road, and let's just walk down here. And as soon as you see a house with a sign in front that says "En venta," for sale, that's yours. You can just right-click on that sign because I've already put the create sign command in it. So you just type over the "En venta," and that's your lot. All right, Peyton, you're all set. It might be best to use your account name because we might have more than one Peyton in here. I'm not sure if we do, but we might have more than one that somebody might not know. So probably be best to use your HC Peyton W name.
So Jaden, you were in the building school in the summer, is that right? And I think you already were given a house. Encar, do you know if he will be getting another house for this year?
Well, he won't get another house in Spanish World if he's already got one, because you really can only have one, because we don't have enough for people to have more than one here in Spanish World. So
yeah.
But if he does not have a house in Spanish World, then of course, yeah, he can claim one, just like anybody else. Oh, you don't like that one, Jaden, or do you already have a house in Spanish World?
I have a house in HSC Cyber 01 and a house in Logos, but I don't think I have a house here.
Oh, you're taking French too?
No. Mrs. Roy's class. I'm in Mrs. Roy's class.
You're in Mrs. Roy's class, so you're taking grade 5. I gotcha. All right. Okay, so how you guys doing? Are you finding some that are empty? Because there's plenty down here if you keep going, if you haven't seen any yet.
So can I take one?
Yeah, just find a house that says En Venta. I think that's how you say it. Is that how it's spelled? For sale?
En venta, yeah.
Okay, all right. And just find a house that says En Venta in the front, and then just type your name over En Venta, and it's your house then.
I'm gonna see if I can find any others.
I think Kennedy. Oh, also, guys, now once you claim a house, make sure that you do a teleport remember save out in front of it and call it your house so you can find your house again, because this is a big world and you may not be able to find your houses.
Inventa.
And I don't know where they are. I don't make a teleport to hundreds and hundreds of different student houses. So you better remember to do a teleport remember save so you can find it again.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got plenty down this road. If you've got any other classes, I know you do the Spanish 2 classes too, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, if they've already, a lot of them may already have their own house if they're taking Spanish too, so you won't really have to have, nobody will have to look for any then.
Mm-hmm. They'll use the same one as last year.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And you can tell your students that, if all they've got is the one lot in Spanish World, and especially if it's the second or third year or however, and they've been using it forever, if they want another lot, tell them to contact me, and we can give them a lot, not in this world, but in Logos World, just just for those purposes, if you want more room.
Sounds good. I will let them know
Because
that.
these lots fill up fast. These houses are big and they take up a lot of space. So, but a lot of students have asked before if they could have more, and I decided to go ahead and start looking around in Logos. We really, there were so many that I assigned that nobody used. So I cleaned it all out. We've got well over 100 lots in there now. So.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah. So if you want another one after you filled up your lot in Spanish World, just contact me. Just send me a telegram. Okay, I don't think I'm going to take up any more of your time if nobody has any questions.
Yeah, let him know if you guys have any questions. And
Excuse me.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where do you write your name in a sign?
Right click on it, and then do you see where it says Enventa up there in the description box? See that box that's called description? If you right click, assign, and then look in that box, it's right below the model name. And it'll say Enventa. You see that?
Mine is saying that, but it's not giving me a description box. It's just saying object, location, rotation, tilts, and a bunch of other stuff. But it's not giving me any boxes to write on.
You're doing a right click on the sign, correct?
Yeah.
And you're not getting that object properties box that pops up when you right click? Here, I'll show you. Let me show you. Sometimes it helps if I just share my screen and show you. Let me do that real quick here, guys. Just here I am. Okay, here's a empty lot, and it says Enventa in the sign. I'm going to right click on it, do a right click, and I get this pop-up box. Here's the name of the model, and then here's the description box right below it. It says Enventa.
Mine doesn't give me these boxes.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Mine isn't giving me those big white boxes.
Are you getting anything when you right click on an object? Does anything happen when you right click on an object?
Yeah, I do. It's just I don't get a box.
Do you know how to share your screen? Can you show me what happens when you right click an object?
I don't know how to share my screen.
You don't know how?
Courtney, you can go into Zoom and then scroll your mouse down to the bottom, and you will see like a taskbar where you mute and you control your video. And then to the right of that, there's a share button. So click that share button, and then you'll get a box popping up asking you what screen you want to share. And it's usually the first one, but whatever screen is showing your 3DU.
So just click that green share, and then click on this little screen that shows your 3DU, and then I'll be able to see it.
And there we go.
Good. Okay. There you go, kiddo. All right. Oh yeah. You have somehow your object. If you go up, you see in the red. It says rotation, location, and object in the red. Click that little X, that little cross in the box next to object. See, there's a little bitty box right next. Yeah, click on that. Click that X right there. Yeah, it got what happened was it just got clicked on and it takes that out. So yeah, there you go. There you go. I had forgotten about that. I forgot that happened. Sorry about that.
Awesome.
Okay, you can quit sharing now. Good, thank you. That was great. That was easy.
I think you stopped sharing, Courtney, by going back down to the share button, and it should say stop sharing.
There's a red button all the way up at the top, I think, that says stop
right.
sharing. I think
Yeah.
you just click that.
That's
yeah,
right.
There you go, kiddo. All right.
Awesome.
You betcha.
Miss Donovan.
See.
So I'm doing the same thing. I'm right clicking, and I put my name in, and it'll like show up for like half a second and then disappear, like kind of what happened with the cloud boards at first.
Oh.
Is that Kennedy?
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. I forgot to make this sign. Okay, try it now. That was my fault. I left my account number in there. I forgot, didn't make it the tourist account number that anybody can use. Try that. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault. I try to remember, but sometimes I forget. So remember too that any objects that you duplicate and place on your lot, nobody else can mess with it. Nobody can come in there and right click and delete it. So that's a security feature that we've got in here. So, but it also means that you cannot change anybody else's objects either. You can only change your own objects that you duplicated. So keep that in mind too.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind, and keep in mind that you can move objects a smaller amount if you right click your object and then hold down shift while you're clicking the move, and then it will only go a little ways. And that's for adjusting things so they sit on top of tables and that kind of stuff. So
yeah. So I think that might be it. Do you guys have any other questions for NCAR before we move on to homework? And just know that you can always message him or I or send a telegram if you have any questions about building or anything 3D related. What do you guys say to NCAR for spending time with us today?
Thank you.
Gracias.
De nada.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Real quick, Jaden, do you know how to put a Zoom link in your web browser so you can get in? Because I'm gonna send you a link to my Zoom room so you can join me after your class.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry? You don't want to do that?
I know how to do that.
Oh, okay. Then I will send you a link to my Zoom in a Telegram here, and then you'll have it, and then we'll get together after your class.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks so much.
You bet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Okay, take care.
All right, guys, can we go back into the classroom? And we're not going to have time for too much more other than I'm just going to go over your homework because we don't have class next week. So I want to give you guys something to do for the next 2 weeks. So come on in and we'll take a look at the lesson. And we're going to scroll all the way down until we see Tarea, so your homework. We have Remembrance Day next Monday, so all the week's classes are going to be canceled so everyone can be on the same schedule, and that's going to give you some extra time. So in that time, you're going to be able to practice building things and decorating your homes or doing whatever you want to do on your lot with your knowledge. Get really comfortable with that. And please open up the lesson, and can you give me a smiley face or a seat in the chat box if you're looking at the lesson right now. And I'm just going to ask that Jaden can turn off his mic, please. Por favor. Gracias, Kennedy, Maddie, Courtney. Find where it says su tarea por esta semana in blue. I think it's on the second page. And next time in class, we're going to have more time to talk about what our hair color is. And we'll talk about more animales, so animals. But I'm going to give you a little assignment for now. And in your notes that's going to go with your homework link is going to be some valuable vocabulary words and things that you can read to help you with this assignment, because I don't have time today to go over it all. But let me go over what I can. So we have no classes next week, but we'll come back the following. So this animal mascot assignment is due November 19th. So you have a whole 2 weeks to work on this, and you can always email me if you have questions. I'm available anytime. So you're going to create a poster. It can be just the size of a piece of paper, or it can be on the computer, however you want to make that poster. And you're going to put a picture of the animal, or draw a picture, whatever you like for that you want to nominate for a class mascot. So we're going to be able to vote on a class mascot next time and show our posters. So I want you to submit your poster by emailing it to me before next class, so in 2 weeks, in order to be in the vote. Please be sure to put a large title, and it's going to be all in Spanish, remember, of the name of the animal, and a picture, and 1 to 3 sentences, so full sentences with capitals, periods, good accents, so Spanish accents and spelling is correct, about why you've chosen this animal. And please do not use Google Translate ever. And I kind of know when you do use it, but use SpanishDict.com and your notes. Your notes are going to be really helpful that I'm providing you to form sentences, okay? And next class in 2 weeks, I want you to share the poster with the class. And we're all going to vote by a secret telegram on which animal you choose. And then we'll decide on who's going to be the class mascot. Last year, we had 2 class mascots because there was an equal vote. And it was kind of cool. So here are some example sentences you could say on your poster. So if I wanted to say the dog is smart and funny, so I'm voting for a dog, because I think that our class is like a dog and that it's smart and funny. I would say el perro es inteligente y divertido. So I'm going to provide you with these descriptive words and sentence fillers for you to create your sentence. Horses are fast and beautiful. Los caballos son rápidos y hermosos. I like the energetic and clever squirrel. Me gusta la ardilla enérgica y inteligente. And you bet you're gonna want to learn how to read it out with correct Spanish sounds. So that's that second part of the assignment, because you're gonna present it. So I want you to feel comfortable with reading it out. Here's a list of animals. Keep on scrolling down, guys, and you can see. You can choose any of these or another animal that you would like, not limited to just this list. SpanishDict.com will help you learn how to pronounce these if you click that speaker button. And then I have a list of adjectives, guys. And I just want to go over something really quickly with you. So take a look at all of these adjectives. So adjectives are descriptive words. For instance, the beautiful day. Day is the noun. Beautiful is the descriptive word, right? Now with descriptive words, take a look at beautiful at the top in English. Oh, Jaden, it's in the lesson, but I can definitely post the lesson in the Zoom chat box. There we go. And it's just scroll down until you reach our big list of adjectives. So beautiful has different ways of saying beautiful. Now, do you see where it says masculine, feminine, masculine plural, and feminine plural at the top? Well, depending on what you are describing as beautiful, you need to choose one of these. So if I'm saying a beautiful dog, I first have to just find out if dog, which is perro, is masculine, feminine, or singular, or plural. So what is it, guys? Is perro masculine or feminine? This is how I will use.
Masculine.
Pardon?
Masculine.
Masculine, because it has an O at the end. C. And then is it singular or plural? One or more than one?
Singular.
Singular. So that means I have to choose the descriptive word in the masculine and singular place. Now, it would be bonito. Here's another trick. When you're saying beautiful dog in English, you put the descriptive word in the beginning. But with Spanish, you always put the descriptive word after the noun. So if perro is dog y we need bonito to tell us it's beautiful, how would you write that? How would you write beautiful dog in Spanish? You can say it or you can type it. How would you write beautiful dog in Spanish? Nice, Courtney, except you don't even need the S in the middle. And what you're saying there is dog is beautiful, which sounds all right too, but to just say beautiful dog, it would be perro bonito. Perro bonito. Just backwards. Does that make sense? Give me a smiley face if you understand what we do with adjectives. So we have to find our noun, if it's masculine or feminine, and we have to also look at that noun and say, is it singular or plural? And then we have to choose the adjective or descriptive word that matches. So descriptive words or adjectives match the noun. They're also married, just like the articles are married to the noun. Remember, los perros, that kind of thing. In gender and in number. Just the very same as you did. So if you scroll down, guys, so it says adjectives in pink there. That's just explaining exactly what I explained to you. So I'm going to include this little lesson in your notes, okay? So if you forget where to place adjectives or how to choose the right adjective, read this again. And that's pretty much it. So I want you to do your animal mascot, email it to me, and then practice speaking it aloud for next class in 2 weeks. Number 2 of the homework is that you've claimed your house. So you already did that part. But I want you to spend some time over the next 2 weeks practicing building. So all the things that we had learned today, try and duplicate an object, move an object, go to the object yard and find something cool and you can put it in your house. And that's just going to be open practice for you to do. Number 3, spend at least an hour on Duolingo in the next 2 weeks. That's not very much for a whole 2 weeks. And just keep that practice going. Practice makes perfect, right? Any preguntas? Any questions? I'm so glad we had time to go over the homework today. Any
Can we draw our mascot?
Absolutamente. You certainly can. You can draw it, you can paint it, you can make it on the computer. Whatever you want to show a picture of it. You can even take a picture of it and have like an actual picture of an animal if you wanted. Buen trabajo. Gracias. Okay. So, any other questions before we pray and you're dismissed? I hope you had a really good time learning about building today. I'm so excited to see what you guys do in 3DU in the future. Let's just pray then, and then you'll be dismissed. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for these amazing kids and the virtual world, and that we can connect and learn all as Christians and just have the freedom to do these things, Lord, and pray and, just be following in your way. We love you so much. I ask that you just bless these kids throughout the week and keep them happy, motivated, safe, and at peace. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. You can type or say amen if you agree. Muchas gracias, mis amigos. Have a wonderful day. Y adios por ahora. Bye for now.
Adios.
Adios.